How's it going, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going, Glenn?
What's up, man?
Good, good. We're so glad that you can join us. I know Vic said he'll show up. I'm not sure if anyone else will.
Oh no, yeah.
Uh,
I think everyone's in.
oh, great. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Yeah,
Okay.
we just did a live reaction to Whispers of Death.
Oh, killer.
Um, yeah, I mean, we want to talk to you guys about it for sure. But we loved it. Honestly think it was Vindicator's best record.
No
Um,
way. Oh, dude, that's
no,
sick.
I'm serious. Because it's the level of music. Well, I'm blowing my wad even over recording. This is probably some of
Yeah,
this will
yeah.
make it in. Well, just the level of musicianship and songwriting is is just I think the best I've ever heard in this lineup of Vindicator.
No, dude,
Uh,
I'm with you because I joined later. So like
yeah,
I've
your
and was
drums are pronounced. Let me tell you, you
cool.
make a big addition to the band.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, that's sick. That's really great. I'm glad that you like it. Because that's what I was feeling. Other people have said that too. Like that, and Vic was saying he was like, people are really liking what I'm showing them. And I'm like, dude, it's
Yeah.
because everybody's really good on it. Everyone's just like going full force. His
Yes.
vocals, Marshall's vocals are sick. Like Ed's
Yeah.
bass, it's
The
really
best
pretty.
I've heard him sing. I think
Yeah,
his voice has aged a little bit. I think it's matured a little bit. It's not as high and screechy, and there's more intonation, more runs, melodies, uh,
yeah,
and the fucking solos. Jesus
yeah,
Christ,
yeah.
Billy fucking shreds and
I was
kills it.
I was down there for that because when I went over to I think we recorded that on when was it? No, it was during the tour that I did with them last. And then he was in their home studio and he was just like sitting there back and forth, just constantly going back and forth, making sure it was absolutely perfect, layering himself. And I was like, because I've recorded with people since I was 14, I'm like 35 now, since I was like 14, and seeing people like who actually like sit there and go, no, 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 again, again. And like some people, yeah, like certain parts can be like a clean first take, but you could tell this kind of music, like it like needs to be looked at properly. And then he's like, no, you know what, that one note right there, let me just, and so it became like a fun because me and Vic were behind him and we would just see like the back of his head and he was just like, it was like constantly going. And I respected it so much, but it shows, right? His solos are crazy.
Yes. Um,
Like they're
and
nuts.
yeah, and we're gonna say this all again. I mean,
Yeah.
this will probably all be pre-show, so it's okay, people. As you know, if you watch this last episode, you know how fucking amazing the album is. Um, no, the solos were bonkers, and what I love so much, one thing I love so much was that the album does things that you don't expect. It takes directions and gives you things like, oh God, I didn't expect that. And on top of that, Billy's solos were not just straightforward. He wasn't writing these in, these were thoughtful. These were and shows different aspects of his playing from his fucking amazing speed, like toward the end, like the last track or two is like it's like Flight of the Bumblebee. It's just like these
Yeah. Yeah.
30-second notes. I'm just like, fuck me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but but to all the complexity and the music, the maturity. Vic, I was telling Glenn, and again, I'm spoiling it, but we honestly, we just love this album. I think it's arguably your best.
Good, thank you.
Um, and you're a little quiet.
Am I?
Oh, no, you're better now. Okay.
Am
Must
I
have been.
there? Am
There
I
you
here?
are. Yeah, you're here.
Yes.
Uh, and it was just like, fuck. It was so
This is
good.
why. How am I now? Am I better?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good.
Am I more gooder?
You're
Hmm.
good.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. No, we
More
loved it.
gooder.
We just finished doing the
Good.
live reaction to it.
So good.
Um, and this episode will actually come out after you guys go on tour, but we did mention at least the date in Cleveland, and so we hopefully
Okay.
can steer people toward because this will drop about let's see, when will this be coming out, this episode? This one comes out September 12th.
Okay.
So So we will make sure the week of the album drops out, I'll do a little clip and put it out to let everyone know to help promote it, you know.
Okay.
But the live reaction one will be coming out on the 29th. So because your album comes out on the 25th, right?
August 22nd.
22nd? Okay, so
Yeah.
it'll come out the week after your album goes live. So,
Okay.
but
That'll work.
yeah, but it is so good.
I'm so
It
glad. Yeah, man. It
we
was fun.
always worry about we're going to get a dud of an album, we're always not that we were
Right. Yeah.
expecting it from you,
Right.
but
No, but yeah, I understand that's
we
like
just
a
wanted to,
legit concern because
yeah,
like you're like, what do you do? Like you're like,
yeah, how do we be positive? And there are some things you're always going to like better than others, and that's okay. But
right.
we have been so fortunate, the 10 or so live albums we've done, or um reactions to, have all been, great.
Right.
So, that's really nice. And we're still getting so much music. It's God, well, it's like 350 albums so far, from like four
Nice.
different people. It's like more music than we can really realistically get to,
Right. Right.
in all
Right.
honesty. We could literally just do live reactions for the next 15 episodes, you
Right.
know. Um, but yeah, so no, it's exciting. You know, just such a good album, and we'll say all this again when,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Now I'm
but
with
definitely.
you, man. Yeah, I'm always real hesitant. Like, like I got the new Slough and I think they're marketing it as an album, but it's not.
it,
It's like an EP,
it's an EP. Yeah, I
and
got that thing like months ago
it
at Southfig.
follows, it
Yeah,
follows my favorite Slough record. It's
yeah.
following the Traveler stuff.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm real amped up because it's following Traveler, but that's a tall fucking order because that's one of their best albums. And,
Hmm.
I put it on and I was like, all right, because the last Slough record, I like it. I like Slough. I'm a Slough fan. They can shit on a CD. I'm going to listen to it. That's who I am. But like the new Oregonian or whatever the hell it was called, it was just, I was like, this is kind of, I mean, they do their thing. They're a weird band. They do weird shit, but I was, I'm not a huge production guy, but the production was like a step back from even the previous record, and the songs just I was just like, I don't know, this is kind of more like earlier Slough, which isn't my favorite era.
Hmm.
So I didn't know what to expect when they were going to follow up my favorite era, and it was good. I mean, was it as good? I didn't think so. So that's the thing. Like, I wasn't doing a live reaction though. I was just sitting in my living room, like, just listening to it. So it's you probably feel pressure when you're filming a video. People expect you to react positively. Like, you got to be like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah. Hey, Marshall, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. It is like good to see you here.
You
Look at
too,
this.
man.
This may be like a one of a kind ever episode.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
we've been talking about getting me on here like every time I've seen you for the last couple of years. So I'm glad it's finally happening.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Just waiting for Chop to show up. And Glenn said everyone's showing up. So is Ed gonna be joining us as well?
Ed's the only he's more of a wild card than me.
The reclusive Ed.
Yeah, he may or may not show up.
It's
Billy
like a
was I was just on the
Sasquatch
phone.
sighting.
Yeah, he is. I was on the phone with Billy, so he'll be in here unless he's having, you know, millennial problems with his phone. That could be a
Okay.
thing, but uh he knows though. He's aware. Like I said, just got off the phone with him like 10 minutes ago. We were going over
Yeah.
some
And Billy was
European
on
shit.
before,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So should be good to go. Oh, that's sick, Glenn. I like your necklace.
Like that? Which
It's at the
wait,
heart
is
of the ocean. Your heart will go on.
it actually?
Yeah.
Do you know what this is?
No, I couldn't see the hair. Your hair was in the way.
This okay, so this is like the funniest story in the world, and it was
Okay.
from the last tour. I'll tell it. It's the best story.
Nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
What?
Seriously? For real?
You don't know the story from
No,
this?
no, dude. What the hell?
You told me, Glenn. I remember.
Dude, oh my God. Well, do you guys remember the crazy bar when the guy flirted with your wife?
Yeah, yeah.
That night, the guy outside was like, "Man, I traveled from Mississippi to see y'all." And we were like, "Hell yeah, dude, are you kidding me?" And he was like, "Come here to my trunk." And I'm like, "What?" He lifts the trunk and he's like, "You take your pick, man. Look at these." And he had like 50,000 different types. And I was like, "What are these, man?" He's like, they're my little things that I make. I make these by hand. And I was like, you made these? And he was like, here. And he took like a thing for a necklace, put it on a necklace. I was like, I like the purple. That looks pretty cool, man. And he's like, you see the shine in there? Look closely. And I was like, yeah, it's sparkling. That's pretty sick, man. And I just go, yeah, like a freaking acid trip. And he just goes, I know about that. And I go, yeah. Seriously, it was like a movie. I just go,
I was waiting for him to chloroform you. Like you're looking
yeah.
close, and then here comes the chloroform, and you wake up and your
Yeah.
kidney's been taken out, you know?
It was so good. And I just go, yeah, it does look like a trip. I go, so you know about that? He goes, oh, I know about that. I make that shit too myself. And I was like, are you serious? And he just goes like this and he's blinking. And I was like, you on acid right now? And he just goes, oh, yeah. And I was like, what is going on? And he was like, take more. You want more? And I was like, yeah, give me like 3 more. I'll take more.
I'll take more.
I'll
my
take
God.
more.
I
I
need
just
more.
That
So I
guy
have
talked
like,
to me for a little bit too. Like,
it was
yeah.
so funny.
I
Remember
don't
that
want
guy?
your jewelry, but I'll take some of the acid if you still have any.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's the next. That's the name of the next tour. I'll take more tour.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
we rolled up to that. That guy had been
it
there
was so funny.
like for a while hanging with Displacer, and
Yeah.
Displacer sitting outside the venue like drinking twisted teas and then like throwing like strange like Kroll type blades at them. You know that thing
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Kroll? Like they
Yeah.
had one of those and they were like slicing cans with it and filming promo
Yeah.
vids. That's the kind of shit you'd roll up. Displacer would be doing like crazy like promo vids all the time, doing
Yeah.
karate and throwing blades and
Yeah, they were
chugging
really-
twisted teas.
They were really funny with that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like your other your Keystone Light video. You know, it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's
Oh,
liquor,
yeah.
liquor quick. You know,
Yeah, well, they'll probably get an actual endorsement from Twisted Tea as much as they fucking drink that
I
shit.
know.
like Ninja
Yeah.
Liquor or Ninja Liquors or Liquor Ninjas.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome. I'd pay to see you in a ninja movie. Hell, I'll shoot it.
Dude, I am a great ninja.
Cyclops Movies presents Ninja Liquors.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Dude,
that's like a whole other
Just
line
old,
of
drunk, and like it's not at all cool because like I can't do any ninjas. My
Yeah.
back will give out. Like we're all
yeah.
like,
You're
"Oh,
groaning.
man."
All your secrecies given away by your ailments, right?
A lot of close-ups on the face.
Oh my feet. Oh my bowels.
I can totally
Oh.
tuck some socks between my toes though. That'll look pretty
Yeah,
sick.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Vindicator. Yeah.
That's
What
awesome.
up, Billy?
Yo,
Hey, Billy.
it took a
Turn your
second to
phone.
get that
Turn
to
your
work.
phone sideways. Try your phone on sideways. See if that. Nope, that made you sideways. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought it might change
Hey,
something.
working like that. What's up?
Hey
That's
man.
cool.
Oh, man.
All right, we're
Dude.
just missing Ed. I know he's awake. He's an old man now, so he wakes up at like normal time.
I gotta work on my Ed impression again. Remember?
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't mute forensic files. I've been saying it all weekend.
I was just trying to get his voice down again. I just gotta like think it like I just gotta get back into that way. He'll just be like, yeah, you gotta fucking what is this guy doing over here? It's fucking stupid.
Been driving around
Glenn,
like,
Glenn does all the impersonation. He can impersonate anyone. He meets them for like 5 seconds, and he can
Yeah,
do
Awesome.
them.
yeah, you gotta ask Siri what color their areolas are if you want to sound like Ed.
It's like asking it questions like that.
Yeah, I was driving around the other day, like screaming that in traffic with my windows down to see what reactions I would get, and everyone just thought I was like a sociopath. I was like, you know,
Yeah, no one thinks Ed's crazy. They just look at him and laugh. He just gets he elicits those responses. Everyone else is a nutbag. You're
Remember-
insane, but Ed's like, oh, look at that guy. He's lovable. He's saying crazy shit into his
I mean, it's
phone.
just too lovable. Like you can't
It's
be
too
that.
lovable.
Remember Ed driving with Billy to the Sweetwater factory?
Oh my god, dude!
We
It was
were
just-
like, what's he doing? And he would speed up next to somebody and then be like, I fucking get it. And then he'd be like right around him, and then he'd be like going really slow. And then me, Vic, and Sarah would be in front of him for like a half hour. And then all of a sudden we'd look and he's like 15 minutes in front of us somehow.
Dude, he was crazy.
Oh yeah,
Doing that. Like,
Billy's
Oh.
just trying to live in
he's
that
taking
car.
loopsy loops on the highway, going like 85. He's like, yeah, you know, I haven't been driving that long, like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
5 years. I was like, what the fuck? I've been driving longer than you. You're twice my age. This is so badass. This is sick and badass.
Oh
I
man,
remember that. He'd be like, yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like, he hasn't been driving. And then he
he's a
does
trip,
that.
man. He's
Love
a
the
trip.
guy.
I text him. I said, well, I text everybody. I said, Ed, I don't know.
See, we'll see.
I'll because
Maybe
Glenn,
he just
Glenn's
wants to come on and it's only him. He wants to
Yeah.
be the only star, maybe.
That's fair. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm the star of Vindicator.
Glenn's on
Yeah.
because Glenn's got a time restraint. What time you got to be out of here?
No. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Chop's got to be gone in
Okay.
an hour. So
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
but so we
So
can
it's up to you
That's-
if you want to give him a few more minutes, or he'll probably just, if he does come on,
we
he'll
can
just,
we can start and he can pop in when we
That's
get in.
fine.
That way we could just
We'll do that.
yeah.
No problem.
So I was like, I better put some questions down for these guys in case anyone shows up. All right, we're going to do our amazing intro. Wild card, you know what this is all about.
I know what it's all about.
All right, here we go.
This is Phil.
This is Seb.
And this is Kirk.
We're Exit Out, and you're watching Heavy Metal Horror.
I am Montag, master of illusion. What goes up must come down, but not always.
And this is ChopTop, and this motherfucker's gonna leave you vindicated, so rock out.
And you've been watching and listening to, or you are watching, Heavy Metal Horror. Oh, the bumpers we're going to get. Oh, the bumpers we're going to get today, kiddies. That's right. We've got a magical, one-of-a-kind meeting. It's like the meeting of the minds, like when we got the members of Sorcerer and Saxon together. I was a fly on the wall. So we've got, looks like 4/5. Oh, wait.
Oh, there he is.
This could be it.
This
No
could
way.
be the one.
It's the one ring to rule them all.
So close. He's in the
That's right.
waiting room. One more step.
Push numbers.
You're almost there, Ed. You
That's
can
right.
probably hear us.
Where we that's right. We're waiting on you.
It's the one. It's the cliffhanger.
It's
of
the
season.
anticipation. People are watching, leaning in. Will Ed show up?
There he
is
is!
there. There's Ed. Hey,
What's up?
I like this angle.
That's a good angle, Ed.
you're so tall.
You're
We were
real
waiting for
tall.
the guest of honor to show
Oh
up.
man, what?
Like Game of
What?
Thrones, Game of
What
Crotch.
is happening right now? Like you got like on some kind of cinematic camera, like it zoomed right in on you. That was insane.
I was just
That was-
leaning back.
That was cool. Do it again.
Whoa.
Wow, he follows and
Whoa.
tracks you.
So dramatic.
That's like Hitchcock. That's sick.
That's nice.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool, man. You got a Ed's already got a house robot.
Holy
Don't
shit.
filming it for him.
What's a house robot? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's
Montag.
good, man. Well, hey,
your
kids,
show.
today we've got a one-of-a-kind magical meeting with 5 out of 5, all 100% of Vindicator for the first time ever in the history of the world, children. Here it is, everyone from Vindicator. Guys, welcome to Heavy Metal Horror.
Thank you.
Yo,
Thank you.
thanks for having us.
Welcome.
Chop and I just did a live reaction to Whispers of Death. And we were talking a little bit about this before, but we honestly believe it's arguably your best album. It is so fucking amazing. So thank you for letting us have an
Yes.
advanced copy of it.
Thanks,
Amazing.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. We're really proud of it.
You should be. I mean, sonically, the mix is phenomenal. I mean, I could always use a little more snare drum. Am I right, Glenn? But
yeah, always.
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 Just
Oh,
you know, come on.
Montag.
But the drum.
I know
sound
your
great.
complaints, Montag.
That's right.
Familiar with
Montag,
those.
you're on the show with a real drummer today. So
I know. It's like no. It's hey man. I give props where they're due. And I could tell you were playing the Rickenbacker. I could hear it. I could hear it on. I could hear the audio.
Oh
of that.
man.
No. You weren't?
No.
No. It
But
certainly
I
sounds.
like getting the Rickenbacker sound.
Yeah, the sound is what I
Oh,
heard.
man.
I'm like, I'm hearing that
Fantastic.
Rickenbacker sound. Marshall,
Like,
you're
the single coil pickups. That's probably what it was.
okay. No, it
It's
sounds,
your
it
tone,
sounds
Ed.
great.
Your tone is
yeah,
very
the tone is.
naturally kind of Rickenbacker-ish
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's
it's
because it's got that cool clank to it.
Yeah, you can hear the string is twanging.
A
Sounds
fedora.
like a diesel truck.
What'd you say
Yeah.
about a fedora?
A fedora bass.
Oh,
Fedora.
you got to wear a fedora to get that bass tone.
Right? It's a nice bass.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I want to bring it out.
I wouldn't. Don't even look at
nice.
this one.
It's nice.
It's still got the price tag on it.
That's right. Yes, Vindicator. The end continues. But Marshall, I think your vocals were I think the strongest they've ever been as far as the tone and your singing melody. There's a maturity to your voice. It's not as all this high screechy stuff. There you're singing, and you could hear the words
Yeah,
that
the
you were
words,
singing.
clarity was
Yeah,
amazing on it. Production overall on this album we thought was very fantastic.
yeah.
Well
Thank you
done.
guys. Like it only took me like 25 years of doing vocals, but I actually think I've found my range and my sweet spot, and I'm more dialed in than I ever have been before. Like I don't have the range that I used to, but I think I'm just more refined now. And like I'm really
Yeah.
proud of how it came out.
Like Geddy Lee, you know?
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
no, I totally hear that. And that affords you more melody. I'm hearing melody in your vocals at times.
Yeah,
I'm like,
for
oh,
sure.
that's so it's not just you're not just spewing out, gravel. So which is real nice. And
Which is
Billy,
also
Jesus
sick.
fucking Christ, those solos.
Fuck me, man.
Holy
I'm never
fuck.
picking up a guitar again, dude. That's
Hey,
just
man.
like, I'm done.
And
Spent
I'm just like
Totally.
time and time
We've
and
hit
time.
it big. If he's making people quit playing guitar, man, we're good.
Yeah, and all those like those triplets on the bass, Glenn, and all the time changes. There was just so many time changes, and we love the palette cleansers, the musical breaks that you
Yeah,
give us.
it was refreshing.
Like oh, it's the Sherbert course halfway through the Vindicator album to get us prepared for side two.
Like the one was almost like a dirge, and then of course you
Yeah.
complete that musical outro, which was very emotional and a minor key. And I thought, what a great way to send
Yeah,
off a
Merry
terrific
Evenings,
album.
Make
So,
Sad Mornings.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, love the way that began. I was kind of like, oh, this is phenomenal. There was so much like pathos in it. We were making allusions to other things we had heard. I mean, you have that
Yeah.
old school thrash all over the place. But it doesn't lean into necessarily the Megadethy range or other old school influences.
Right.
While being, I think the truest version of you guys that I've ever heard. I mean, you guys, it sounds more like you refined, mature Vindicator, a natural progression of what you've done because your last album was very good as well. But this album, I think, is just so much better in every way.
Seems like a re-energizing too. We got through with this album. It's a re-energizing to the band, like a
Right.
refreshing
So
kind of thing. So
when
go
when
ahead.
we
Dave.
did Communal, that was a difficult record for me. I mean, it was a weird time anyways, given 2020. But I never intended to write a record that year. That was Sarah that pushed me into that. I was gonna retrack some of the old stuff and kind of update that. That sounded fun to me, like let's just do that thing because it was a new lineup. And then going into it, it was just like she's like, you should just do an album. I'm like, I don't want to do an album, man. I don't have it in me. And I just started writing riffs. Now the thing was that it still was really it was a like knocking the rust off album for Vindicator because we hadn't recorded anything since uh basically United We Fall. Because Sleeping with Evil, I've said this numerous times, Sleeping with Evil, all that stuff was tracked with United We Fall in 2012, and it was supposed to be like bonus stuff that came out with that album. So we had all this extra shit laying around, and we decided, all right, we'll just do an EP, get that out there, and throw some more bonus shit on that. And so it's like a full length worth EP, but you're only getting like 4 new actual tracks. The rest of them were, things from that had never been released. So just real bonus items. It didn't really sit sonically with the rest of the disc. And then we did, there was nothing in between that and Communal Decay. So Communal Decay kind of got that mindset, and it was real rusty. Not even a 2 liter of Coke could knock the rust off of that shit. So this album, though, coming in, Marshall's back. Now we had done 2 singles in between Communal Decay and Whispers of Death. And one of them was my send off on vocals, and then we kind of reintroduced the fans that, hey, Marshall's back with an old song that was modernized with Fog of War. And so Whispers of Death kind of came a little bit easier, but I knew what I was going for. With Marshall back at the helm, I kind of wanted to harken back to his era of Vindicator. Now I haven't completely abandoned my era of Vindicator in terms of at the vocals because there are still like Megadethy riffs in there, but I kind of went back to basics with this one. And what really helps that is what you guys are liking about it is the production that we got on this really helped translate this into, I don't know, more like a richer soundscape than it would have had with lesser production, if that makes sense.
It does.
And then with Glenn, and this isn't to knock Jesse or anything, but Glenn brings a new energy, and Jesse will admit that too, to the band. So like Jesse has a way that he writes, which I've always thought sometimes like he would go more, groove halftime stuff where it needed to be like, no, you need to be blasting the double kicks and just knocking people's brains out because this riff is simple as shit and it needs more, it needs help. And Glenn will bring that to that. So he'll be coming in and it's just artillery drums
Yeah.
over simple stuff. And that is,
Yes.
that's like people are going, yeah, they're not like, well, that guy's just playing a fucking single barcode. No one gives a shit about that. He's coming in with those fucking artillery drums, and you're just like, fuck yeah, this is thrash. So all in all, you kind of get back to basics, and then there's a little more aggression coming from the rhythm section, and then there's a lot more aggression coming from the production in and of itself. And it is sonically, it is one of our best records.
Oh,
if not the
yes.
best record.
Yeah.
And this was a crapshoot because, we hired Ben Bennett to do this album instead of Tim Holsinger because we couldn't afford him. And so there was a panic moment for me. And Jeff Potts from Volcano was like, you need to hit up Ben Bennett. And so the rest is history. And we've known Ben for years because he was in Warbringer. Yeah, he almost joined Vindicator at one point. And I was liking what he was doing. He's got like a power pop metal band or something. Sonically, not at all sounding like Vindicator, but the production was really fucking good. And the guy's no stranger to music, so it was like, let's roll the dice, and for once it worked out.
Yeah, I agree. Sonically, it is phenomenal from top to bottom, and there's a lot going on that makes repeated listings possible. It's not, you don't stick with the one riff and just keep it. There are little moments, or the time changes, or when the
Right.
double bass drums, or the time changes. There's so many little interesting moments, and you pack, even like there was one song that was like 15 seconds ago, and you give us another verse, right before you
Right.
punch it at the end. Like, no, you're not. And you have a nice fade out on another too. There's a variety of, there's a lot of interest, the things that keep my interest as a listener.
Right.
The hooks are really infectious, and like we saw that old school, like returning. It wasn't leaning just Megadeth. It was leaning
Right.
the old school thrash, really simple. Like your basic rhythm
Yeah.
is simple, catchy, but then you do things to add complexity to the song. It's like
Right.
their maturity.
Because we were
writing.
hearing in Montag, we're hearing elements of Old Creator, Exodus, Testament, Anthrax, Overkill.
Slayer.
And one other thing, Slayer. And one other thing that stood out to me too was really nice was the gang chorus vocals. And then Marshall, you on top of that, and you're singing right on top of the background vocals. And I thought, wow, that was really cool how that was mixed together. Really sounded great. So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I think someone actually said this. Marshall, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, like I think there's just a wider range of influences. Definitely Creator, as you mentioned, and just like some more kind of unusual technical, even old school death metal bands. Like I hear a bit of like Cadaver and like the kind of middle death.
Okay.
That's something we got to tap into on this too, was that we did we dipped our toes in a few things, such as, black metal and death metal riffing, which is something that I've always wanted to do, but just never did. So, what better time than now, than the present to kind of to take those on. I've always wanted to write a witchery-esque kind of song, and then that's something that Billy first noticed, like with Charnel Pastures, was this is the witchery song. So finally, I got to do like kind of a witchery song, and my take on a witchery riff. Quick and to the point, and then that middle section in that is just punishing. That's my death metal riff.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could ever write another one. That's probably the only one I'll be able to write. But
because tracks 1 and 3, Anxiety's Grip and Thirst for Violence, I see very similar in how they're constructed, about the same length, a similar construction. But like Anxiety or Eternal Pastures comes in, it's like immediately follows the heaviness of track 1 and continues that. But it is just brutal. Like I said, that's a great word for it, and relentless. And I thought, okay, we got 3.5 minutes. It's going to kick in the balls by 20 times, and that's the best you're going to feel.
Right.
It's in the best way possible. That's exactly what it does. And I was pleasantly surprised to see the musical interludes. It was not expected, and it wasn't like they were necessarily connecting songs. It was like, nope, this is its own song, and it's got its own feel to it.
Gave it more breath to the album, I think. Breath, because you're getting punished and punished, punished song after that, and then you got that nice music in the first one, and then you go a couple other songs, you get another one, and then that beautiful the outro was really nice.
Yeah,
Short
the
and sweet, but
obsolete
beautiful.
complete. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, very
absolutely. Yeah,
mournful.
yeah.
And I love that first part of a Ripper Attack. I was thinking you guys were going to go in a really different, like high-speed dirt kind of feel, because I know you love that song, Vic.
I do.
And it had that kind of feel like, oh, are we gonna like change the tempo here? I'm like, we've had these other interesting tracks. Like, I'm like, hey, anything's on the table, because you guys were doing it so well, and then it changes, into that, great thrash. But yeah, it was just surprises after surprises in this album.
Now, Vic, did you do any soloing on this, or was it all Billy?
Man, I don't play anything past. If you've seen me live, you know that I do one thing past like the 12th fret, and it's just those with those guys. I don't know how to play like any. I write these riffs. People are like, "You can solo." I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know how. So, Billy, and again, it's everybody kind of does what they want to do. That's how I write music. Yeah, I trust Ed to write the bass parts. He knows what he's doing. I don't need to be like, do this thing. Glenn, Marshall, everybody does their thing. And it's very rare when I have inputs on like, oh, you should do this way. I'm not, it sounds good. That's all I give a shit about. So yeah, I limit myself to, writing the songs and, harmonies and stuff. And sometimes somebody will get a hold of me and say, hey, maybe Billy's got an idea, do this or do that. Like Billy's Ripper Attack's his song. I didn't change much too. I changed like one small, minute aspect, not even, it really wasn't much of a change just during the solo section. And it was just how the chords were played, and that was it, so nah, no soloing for me. I wish I could. It'd be cool, but no.
Yeah, because
You're-
Billy, holy
Those frets are
shit.
too tiny.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
we're the Paul Stanleys. Someone's got to be the Paul Stanley.
That's right.
Yeah, those solos, Billy. So many different styles, from just complete balls to the wall, all those 30-second or even 64th notes, blistering fast to very emotional kind of.
Radio stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so many different styles. So when you were writing these, going into a song, how do you approach constructing the solo for that particular song?
Well, I kind of have like an unorthodox approach because like not many people know this, but like I genuinely like kind of have no knowledge of music theory or like at basically like kind of the dime bag approach. So I kind of just sit down with the song in pre-pro and I just play what sounds good over and over until I kind of have like a structure. And then all those solos, like I kind of had an idea of what I was gonna do, but I flew out for us to do that tour last year, and I basically tracked all the solos that you hear on the record with I think in like 6-7 hours before we left the first
Yeah,
day.
it was. Yeah,
I
it
think
was
we had
like
a show that
4, I
night.
think. Yeah, we did.
So I just locked myself in his basement, drank like 300 milligrams of caffeine. I think maybe 600 milligrams of caffeine.
It was so
I
great.
got like
caffeine.
got 2 disposable vapes, and I sat down and took it all out.
It was so great.
And then me and Glenn just sat in the room and made stupid sounds. The only
Yeah.
thing one thing happened is
It was
that
so good.
Billy did something, and Glenn was like, "Yeah, do that, do that." That was the only
Yeah.
input that on the solos. There's only one
It
input.
was, it was that,
It was in Ripper Attack.
or
What
maybe
wasn't
that,
it?
or Abominable Intelligence, or whatever.
Oh yeah, the
No, that's what it was. Yeah.
the instrumentals kind of came together in the studio or his basement, I should say. But like, yeah, I didn't really have much for those at all. But everything kind of fell into place while we were tracking, and it worked out real organically, and it felt pretty cool, I guess you could say. But yeah, the harmony stack in Merry Evenings, that was kind of my love letter to Alex Skolnick and like Disciples of the Watch, that kind of
Thought
intro.
so. I had that
Okay,
feel.
okay.
I
Yeah.
think there's
That's-
6 harmonies that come in the beginning
Yeah.
over the riff that Vic kind of had initially. So that's like a real cool collaboration that we did there. And then that's one that came out of that 22 demo that we did, Injustice
Yeah.
for All. That and Exhaustion, both those songs are re-recorded for this record, but they, I think they're more aggressive and somewhat faster.
Yeah, the production, they are faster, and
Yeah.
I mean, even if minutely, and the production really helps them out
Yeah.
in terms of aggression.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
wanted to bring some of that stuff over because it was kind of weird that we had just a demo. It was like, oh, here's this demo, and that was the first time Glenn tracked with us because Jesse just couldn't get it recorded in time, and I needed it off my plate. So I kind of hurried that one, and that's where Glenn stepped in to do that. So we wanted to use a few of those tracks, and I think those 2 tracks translated well to what we were doing on this record, and Marshall's vocal approach. So it was like these will work pretty good in this scenario.
Yeah. Now I remember last time I saw you guys, you played Battle Box, and I didn't, I didn't remember you guys had said this will be off our next album or anything like that. I just remembered liking the song. And
Yeah.
I was like, when the chorus came up, I'm like, oh, that I remember hearing that song
Yeah.
before.
Killing it.
Another straightforward ripper. Yeah. Now let's talk about the rhythm section. Ed, you play with a lot of bands, and you have a very distinct style and a sound in this. So what is your approach in contributing to the songs and to the recording or the overall sound of a given song?
I don't know. I just start with the sound first. Make sure I got a good clank. Good drive. I mean, I probably tried like 5 different basses before I started tracking. I was kind of going through some anxiety there, but I settled on and I just basically just listen to what the drums are doing. Sometimes the guitars, because of the riffs and shit, but basically just try to lock in with the rhythm. And then it just kind of just flows from there. I don't really think about it, just play. And so that's just all just off the cuff.
Which is it's incredible. Like he's never let us down. He's just like, check this. It's not even check this out. Do you like this? Of course we like it. We love it every time. It's
Yeah,
like
much
it's
better
not like
with
right
bass.
out of the gate. It's like fucking rad as shit. It's all like clank clank, and it's just nasty, man.
It is. It's nasty.
Always
Yeah.
nasty.
Sounds fantastic.
Always nasty.
No, and it,
Like
and it
in a good
serves the
way.
song. Yes. No. I'm watching you guys. I mean, you're not a static player, Ed. I mean, you are up and down the fretboard. You're playing so many complex melodies, and rhythms that go with it. Was that always your style, or did that something that evolved with you as you began playing?
I've actually toned down quite a bit. But yeah, that's been my style all the time. With unless I get yelled at, someone says, "Quit playing all those notes." I'm like, okay, but I've actually trimmed quite a bit of fat. So yeah, I don't know, just sometimes I'm like, what would Steve Harris do? I mean, he's like my favorite.
Oh, Billy.
Him and Geddy Lee. And so it's just like, it's not actually like I'm thinking what they would do, but it's just like that's my inspiration of,
Sure.
so like whatever creeps out, that's because I listen to all those records all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, those are two of my favorite as well.
But it's like melody and groove, like what I try to, I don't necessarily get bogged down with too much technicality. It's just whatever serves the song.
Yeah. Nice. And Marshall, you are coming in when you approach a song, because who does lyric writing? Is it Vic, or do you write the lyrics as well?
Marshall handled most of them on this. I
Okay.
did some of them. It's not unusual for me to write a song, but I prefer if Marshall does it because then he's gonna have a better idea of the cadence of the lyrics. When I write something, if I'm writing lyrics, I know how I want them to sound, and sometimes that's difficult to convey. It actually worked really well this time because we co-wrote Battle Box. It was simple enough. And then there's the one part in Thirst for Violence that I was like, something needs to be here. Came up with this real bizarre like rhythm to how it needed to be delivered. We did it same day in studio, and that was that. But typically, if I would prefer whoever's doing the vocals to write the songs because they're gonna be that's their part. How do you want it to sound? And I don't want to have like the weird disposition on how it sounded in my head, and then we track it. And I was like, oh man, this doesn't sound the way that I wanted it to sound. I don't even want to think about it because then I get hung up on that, and then I gotta sit there and every time be like, I wish it would have been like this. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't like that. I don't need that stress in my life.
Yeah.
We do like co-write a lot. There's a lot of times that I just have some blanks I want to fill in, so I'll ask Vic for ideas. And I think we make a great duo in that regard because Vic just has a way of writing lyrics that's very like the way they flow are just kind of outside the box. And me, I can get very rigid with like, this is the bouncing ball and it follows this cadence, and I get hung up on that. And Vic comes in with a little bit of a curveball sometimes, and it helps make the vocal patterns a little more interesting.
Yeah,
But
you
most of the time, Vic writes the songs and he comes up with a title, maybe even a spot in the song where he wants those words to be. And so that kind of like drives the direction of the song. Based on that title, I'll come up with a theme.
Nice. And then when you approach it vocally, like as you're writing lyrics, and do you write them on top of existing music? Then do you hear that kind of song form before, so you have an idea, or do you go into it? You could have you explain your creative process, I guess, when it comes to approaching it.
Typically, I mean, I don't know that we've ever written lyrics prior to music. Maybe it happened one time. I've always been, for me, and all the music that I've done, I always write the song for the riffs first, and like I have the structure down. And I'm kind of a knuckle dragger, so I don't like overanalyze stuff. It's like, oh, there's the song, now you gotta get some words in there, so it's not so much. Yeah, I would probably benefit from like, there's the song, now let's kind of dissect it a little bit and try to dial some of these parts in. But like, it's really easy to overthink the creative process, and then in the end, is it really better? Was it worth the stress? Probably not. They say like the first time you do that thing, that's usually the one you end up going back to anyways. So it's like, I just don't waste my time with the other several failed attempts. I just stick with the first thing that I do. And there might be some tweaks here and there, but in a normal, normal writing environment, I'm sending these guys like a left and right guitar track and a click. And, like with more like Marshall said, like, here's the song title, and, do whatever you want with that. There you go. There's, it's a pretty much a clear palette, empty palette. He can do it whatever he wants in terms of lyrics, and then again, for everybody else, do whatever you want as long as it sounds
Yeah.
good. That's all I care about.
Shows a lot of trust in everybody's abilities to kind
Absolutely.
of bring their game. I mean, that right there, if that's your creative process, then that has come through a place of trust and knowing what everyone's going to contribute, and it's all going to sound great together.
Right. And I mean, that's not to say that I haven't written like shitty songs and sent them out.
Oh, you have?
This is like,
No, I've listened to them.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
like
welcome
twice.
back, Marshall. We really missed you. Yeah.
No, I think on this album there might have been 2 songs that I completely I sent them out and then came back to them like a month later and went, no, this sucks. I need to read it. That happened, did it not? I mean, Billy, I think you might know. I don't remember who remembers this, but
Well, you change songs because you think they suck, but they're actually great.
I do that
And
too.
like,
I'm like, this
then
isn't
those
good.
parts
Much
just
credit, Billy. Come on.
no, those parts just get chucked, and then I'm fighting for them in the background. I'm like, God damn it, use this riff from 7 albums ago. I wanted it there. It doesn't make it, and I'm sad.
He does. Sometimes he's like, check this song out. There's a riff that you threw away in there. I'm like, I can hear it. Get it out of there. Sounds like shit. But I completely, there was a couple songs that I stepped back and I just completely retract them because I was like, I think Charnel Pastures might have been one of them because I was
Yeah,
like,
that one changed completely.
I was like, this song sucks. And I went back and I was like, this song doesn't suck anymore. And it got even better after that point. So I was like, all right, that worked. That was just, there was another one, or at least another section, a large section of the song. I can't remember that I went back and completely
I think it was Whispers, if I'm not
It
wrong.
might have been. It might have been.
Yeah,
can't
because I
remember.
remember tracking the demo of it that you had sent me, just the click and the guitar track, and we
Okay.
did that. And then I remember it was like two weeks before I had to track the actual drums, and you sent me a new one, and you're like, check this out. This is the way it got to be. And I was like, the whole thing's different. And you're like, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's great. It's awesome. But all right, let me get to work. And then that's how this whole thing worked, which is awesome because I actually love like how you were talking about like, do you give direction? Do you tell people what to do? I actually loved that in this sense because I came in, flew out to record that out there, and I loved having Vic in with me because I could have just sat there with the engineer and done it, but I loved having the ability to talk to Vic and be like, all right, what do you, and we would have our little like codes. We would like, do you want this to be weird, like frayed ends, weird, like 2 snare hits in a row, and it's gonna be, and then you'd hear him go, like what? And I'm like frayed ends like this, and then I would do it, and he'd be like, yeah, do the frayed ends.
We do all the in the studio. It's easiest to convey my creative idea if I have an idea for Glenn in Metallica terms.
Okay.
So we would just be like, it would just be different
Dyer's Eve
Metallica
here. Do
songs.
some Dyer's Eve.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'd be
okay,
like,
fast. All
we'd be
right.
like, okay, this what song is it? And then that's how we did it. Like that was the approach for it.
I
'Cause it was
remember there was one section where I was doing a lot, and then I dialed it back, and I was like, "Do you want it like Cthulhu sound?" And he was like, "Yeah, do the Cthulhu way." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right."
Cthulhu way.
we did, yeah. It's the whole thing was like that, man. The whole time it was like, you know, I mean, it was
That
like it
process-
wasn't the entire time because Glenn wrote all his parts, but there were certain sections where there were like, let's get picky about like this particular fill or this
Yeah,
particular.
I was going to ask,
part,
like, because
you
there
know.
were so many parts that came in, like, you're going along, then you change tempos real quick, and I get these like wonderful triplets, like 6/8 time, like these bass drums that are so staccato. I was wondering, like, do those parts happen organically as you're playing? Like, oh yeah, we need to add something here, or was this always part of the construction of the song? I mean, because these are really complex songs with the time changes that are crucial, and then subtleties within the time changes that, like, okay, you have to really pay attention to. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Well,
there was
and-
definitely stuff like that.
Sorry, go ahead, Glenn.
So there were some parts like that were like, I remember, I forget, there was something that was very like chunky sounding, but it kind of was too displaced, like what I was doing. And then Vic was like, no, just like a straightforward, solid thing has to be over this. And then it just worked out like so much better. There's so many things that, like, as like a certain player, like if you're so used to be putting so many notes in something, sometimes you really have to hear someone else be like, no, try it without like 50% of those, and then it just sounds so much better.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
most part, like I said, Glenn, there would be song. I demoed a few of these songs with just basic drum beats, something that I pulled from
Yeah.
like Easy Drummer or something, and I would like that feel, and I'd say, keep the kind of the core
Yeah.
part of this kind of the traditional like, whatever, something along
Yeah.
those lines. And Ripper Attack, Billy wrote those drums. I mean, Glenn put his own spin on them, but those are like he did most of that himself.
Yeah, I
in
tried
terms
to
of
keep that
writing.
pretty accurate to Billy's parts.
Yeah.
'Cause that was
It's-
so fun.
You nailed it. It was perfect. It was like
I-
shocking when I heard it. I was like, oh, okay.
So it's like, sometimes you can't argue with it's like this works. Why change it?
No, there was only a few parts that I remember you being like, just do, whatever here. Like, for instance, what's cool about this process, I just thought about, I was thinking about before, but how in Whispers of Death, when there's that moment where it just, like in the intro, there's the note that hangs and it allows the drum fill to lead into the next. So like like that drum fill, that was just something that was written out, and then later to hear that Ed matched it. That's the cool part for me for recording, when you hear another musician catch something that I did and add a flavor over it. I thought that was so cool
Yeah.
when I heard that. So stuff like that is just cool to me, because I would never until later. So.
It was interesting. I can't remember the title because we just reviewed your guys' album. But it was like second to last track, or maybe three back. But there was that part, it comes out everything, and you think the song's ending. It just ends abruptly, but no. Then there's another riff, and then boom, and then another riff, and then it kicks right back. I forget the tempo.
yeah.
That
And
was
it's,
so fucking
it's
cool.
got to be bleed between the lines. The song the song stops and there's a couple
Yeah.
second break and it just comes
Yeah.
right back in with the intro riff.
It was
Then it
so
stops
fucking
again.
cool,
Yeah,
man.
it's like
Yeah.
three,
One of my
like three
favorites for
breaks.
sure.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
knew there was much more time because I could see it on my player. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, there's like a minute 15 here. Like, oh, they're doing these nice little breaks. Unless they're gonna do,
Yeah.
like no, it was
Really cool.
It was really, really nice.
Remind me like Overkill, Motorhead, when you think the song's just over. It keeps
Oh,
on
yeah.
going and going.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah.
Keep beating me over the head with it.
Yeah, and as Chop had mentioned, the gang vocals, there was so much of the backing vocals throughout the record, and I always loved that about you
Yeah.
guys having that, because not every band does that,
Right.
and it's used so sparingly that it's really effective because it punctuates
Right.
through that. And
Someone
there's
wrote something cool like that. Yeah, they said someone wrote something like, these are like street punk vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jose Morales
Violence,
from Bound by
backups.
Blood. He was like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
the street punk vibes. So like the thing that
Hardcore punk
one of the
is-
things that we have always we try to get those the sing-songy songs. People love those. People identify with those, and it's easy to grab onto. Ever since I've been going to
Like
metal
Battle
shows,
Box
it's
is
like
one because the chorus is
yeah,
so
it's
simple. Everyone can
easy
sing it.
Yep,
Yeah.
you hear that chorus
Yeah.
one time, the next time
Right.
it comes around, you're gonna be
You're
able to
going to be
sing
able to
it,
sing it.
and
Smack
most
your
folks
belly.
will.
Yeah.
Smack
Yeah.
your belly to your heart's content.
That's right.
So I mean, like that's the thing we went for on this one. That's why we led with. I think well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to lead with "Thirst" being the first single, because that chorus is catchy as hell, man.
Fuck yeah.
You got the woes
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like dude, like
Yes.
Yeah.
people love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
you
everyone's
know,
gonna
really
be
good this time.
yeah,
I
that's the
know.
thing. Like you hear
It's
that
heaven
one
can wait.
time,
You know, it's like,
you hear
yeah,
that
you
one
know,
time, you're
you
gonna
want
be
to get up
doing
on
it the
stage
next
with
time.
Vindicator and sing it.
Fuck yeah, you
Yeah.
know. So like that's important
Right.
because it connects you with the fan, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be more I don't know, prone to getting your new album if they can sing along with those. Those songs are gonna leave an impact. You know, it's
Mhm.
gonna kind of stick with them after that. That's what creates an earworm. And
Yeah.
you're right, like not a lot, especially not from our generation of thrash. You don't get too many backing vocals, and it's like, why not? It's not like they weren't in thrash songs, but like for some reason our crop didn't. They don't use them like
Yeah,
at
you'll get it
all.
in Anthrax.
Yeah.
You know, from especially old
Right.
Anthrax.
Some
You'll hear-
old
Oh yeah,
overkill. That's
yeah.
some of
You'll
that
hear
as
Right,
well.
Overkill.
yeah.
You'll hear that like old school. You'll hear those backing vocals and some of those songs. Right. That's what I like about it because it
Mhm.
is so rare to hear that and it's so effectively done on this album. Especially there are a lot of those catchy moments. Um, and I was just like, oh fuck, I want to hear that live. Oh fuck, I want to hear that live. Every track, oh fuck, I want to hear that live. So I think I said something like, okay, guys, can you please play this whole album, live? Because it is that good. Like it is just phenomenal, top to bottom. Every track
Yep.
is good. I really like in Abominable Intelligence. It
Me
sounds
too.
like
Fucking love it.
you got some kind of AI voiceover as well, that robotic kind of voice to go along with Marshall. Tell me a little more about that song.
Yeah, that robot voice is just me, and a touch of the autism spectrum, I think. Um, yeah, I mean, that's actually inspired directly by Warhammer 40K. That's how big of a nerd I am.
That's
But
That's awesome.
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's
Are you Space Marines? Who do you play?
I haven't actually played in a while, but yeah, I had a big Space Marine army, and yeah, I had like a Chaos Space Marine army I was working on
Nice.
too. It's been ages since I've played, but like I
Yeah.
love the lore. It's super metal just because it's like sci-fi action with everything just turned up to 11. So like
Right.
there's actually a
Right.
few songs on this album that are kind
Yeah.
of inspired by that, but this one
It's
is
like,
really directly about it. I mean, that's where the phrase abominable intelligence comes from, is actually directly from Warhammer lore. So
oh,
it's,
okay.
it's
We were thinking it was
Cool.
like AI, about AI,
Right.
kind of
You're
thing,
yeah.
but
talking that.
really
Yeah, it just
relevant.
parallels well for
Yeah.
the time.
Okay.
So
So yeah, I mean, it's basically about humans fighting a war against artificial intelligence, and
Right on.
yeah, just the
Scared the shit out of me.
No, it was awesome and it
That's
was
good.
relevant,
Real
and
cool.
I loved the two vocals. I thought it's like a roboticness. I thought that was perfect for it, because it suited the subject matter, and how you
Mhm.
were approaching it, and the music was kind of very militant. I kept on thinking like Robert A. Heinlein, his
So-
oh yeah,
militant,
for sure.
and like the way he is that very militant. You see that in his like Starship Troopers, and
For sure, yeah.
I'm thinking, you want to go kill the bug menace, the AI menace,
I'm doing my part.
Right.
Exactly. That's kind of what I felt. I'm like, yeah, that was great. It worked out because musically and thematically, it had that
Oh yeah,
militant kind
really
of.
nicely constructed.
Yeah, I mean that era of classic sci-fi literature with Robert Heinlein and Harlan Ellison, Aldous Huxley, like I love that stuff, and that's a major influence on how I write too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It shows,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Um, so
That song in particular it was an instrumental. I didn't want to put another instrumental on it. I love to write instrumentals. I put too many on every record. People bitch about it. I don't care. I fucking like writing them. But the thing is, I said let's do something different with this one. The direct influence for that is Motorhead's "March or Die." Have you ever heard that song?
yeah,
Oh
It's
yeah.
very militant.
hmm
Lemmy's essentially talking over the whole song. And I
Right.
thought, let's do our take on March or Die. So originally we were going to have Marshall just talk the words. And we were like, well, you know what? Do your regular singing vocals. Let's see how that sounds. And originally, we were going to have his talking vocals underneath. And when we sent the tracks off to Ben made the executive decision to put the clean vocals on top, and it worked out great. If you listen close, you can hear the old dial-up modem kick in at
Oh
the
yeah.
end.
Oh, nice.
That's like we did all the weird, as much weird touch to it as we can. I have the clacks on it, like the whatever warning
Yeah.
thing in the beginning that
Yeah,
kind of plays
that's
through the
cool.
whole song, fades back in at the end. So the direct influence of was March or Die. It's like that song always sticks out on that album because of how different it is
hmm
from the rest of the album.
Yeah, like
And
1916 sticks out.
right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's the route we went, and it translated perfectly, and it fits
Yeah.
in with the whole vibe. So
Well, it does, and it fits in because there are a lot of surprises in the album. Sonically, not
yeah,
thematically, it's very much in line with the kind of the life is sugary and happy and going to be good all time lyrics, that you generally
right.
have, and
We
but
love
no,
those.
but I just loved it because it was different. It was different,
Yeah,
and it felt like you guys were with this new lineup. You guys were taking, like, not, I wouldn't say risks, but you were going musically, kind of going into an area that felt more solidly Vindicator, less derivative, and I thought it
right.
came away feeling fresh
Yeah,
from top to bottom. And
Well, there was definitely a sense of when I got through the whole thing, a nostalgic feel because the old school kind of nods to thrash, legends and the greats. But then it was like it was more for a modern sound. So then you had the nostalgic part, but it's
yeah,
modernized plus a re-energized kind of Vindicator. That's what I got out of this
yeah.
release. So
Absolutely.
well, Glenn, who are some of your favorite drummers? Like the influences when you're playing and coming up with the riffs, even though you kind of have an idea to play with it, your fills and things like that. Your a lot of the really careful attention to the double bass, which comes in so effectively, and sonically just drives these songs. Um, how did
oh, your
your sense
hand
of
work is
musicianship
phenomenal.
evolve?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to so many different drummers. I even, well, I'll listen to old like jazz guys. I freaking love like Buddy Rich and Louis Bellson, and then I'll like the godfather of double bass is that guy. Like they just set up two bass drums because he was like a tap dance guy, and like as a joke they set up two bass drums. That's like the whole origin of it all. And then people like Dave Lombardo took it to another level and just like are just going nuts. So he's a big influence too. Portnoy is a huge influence to me. Um, Oh my God, like there's too many. The Thomas Lang is this one dude. He's like absolutely insane. I watch him a lot. Slipknot's new guy, that guy Eloy Casagrande is like so fun to watch. He just wants me to like he makes me want to just get like insanely jacked so I can probably try to get this. But I'm like, oh my God, there's some people nowadays that are just playing like circles around anything I can do, but it just makes me want to try to do it better, you know? So
Yeah.
like I'll listen to a lot of those guys. Yeah, I mean, like I love classic dudes and like Bonham and Keith Moon, and like I'll take even influence of those and put them into this music. Like that's why drumming is so interesting, is because you could technically take like Latin and like samba drumming and like figure it out in some way. There was some. Oh, I have to get like better at the song titles because I remember like in the studio when I was doing it, it was a ride pattern that was actually taught to me when I took like samba drum lessons.
Ah,
I,
nice.
yeah, it's insane. I took the guy who's a Radio City, he's like a Broadway drummer, and he showed me. I took lessons specifically for like samba drums because I wanted to get better at it. And there was like a ride pattern. Um, so it's like 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, but my feet are
Oh, that's
going.
in Your World Dies in Flame. That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
pa pa bum, pa pa bum. So my right hand is going pa pa bum, pa pa bum, pa pa bum, but my foot is going a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. So it's da 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 da. And so that was like, and that fit with the guitars, but it's technically like a samba thing. So now
Yeah.
Vindicator could be called samba metal.
Samba
Nice.
thrash.
We're doing it.
I like
Vindicator.
it.
Makes it description. But yeah, stuff like that. Like I'll listen to so many different players. But those are my main people that I like love to listen to. And then yeah, I just kind of like I just had such a fun time recording this because I do really love that concept of like sitting behind the kit and asking somebody, okay, what would you like? Like what do you want to hear here? Because my favorite thing to work with people is when it's not a drummer, and it, like, because Vic would he would sing the parts back at me like from the other room. So he'd be like, "Why don't you try like ba ba da ba da ba da 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 da?" And I'd be like,
Pretty
"Yeah,
much
yeah,
how
I
it
got
sounds. Pretty accurate.
That's pretty good. You're like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
2 seconds away from being like scatting. Zippity boppity boopity bop.
yeah, we're corn now." That was
I'm pretty sure we talked
You
about
guys need
doing
to,
some
like, you
scats.
need to, yes.
I think that joke came up once.
yes, I forget what it was, Vic, but I remember like you had some kind of term for if you wanted more toms. I think it was like oh shoot, I forget, but whatever it was, there was like all these funny things that we had, and that's what I love is when someone who's not a drummer could be like, all right, can you do something that sounds like and then they sing it, and I just put it into reality. Like it's such a cool concept to me is when it's like somebody who like
Way
doesn't know.
easier to do than trying to programming drums too. Just be like biddle bop bam boom, and he does it, and you're like, hell
It should
yeah.
like Dragon Natural Speak. It should be like that for but music. You know, I'm playing the drums, and it should like translate it for you.
Yeah, that
I
would be
bet you know that's the next big $1 million thing. You hear it first
honestly,
on Heavy Metal Horror.
yeah, you get the patent for that. You can freaking probably do that actually, just from the level of AI that we're at right now. But yeah, I loved doing the record. It was so much fun out there. I loved like learning it before and then coming in and then being able to like here's the ideas I had, but right there like in the seat, like Vic was like, actually, can you try this? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And it ended up being like the coolest thing in the world. So it was just a great process. And I'm super proud of the ending sound of it all. It just sounds like so punchy and powerful. It has a
Right.
modern, clear sound, but again, like it has this like punk, ugly, like ratty vibe to it. It's so great.
That mostly comes from me, and I'm not like not even as a joke. I won't, I do punch in, but I
Yeah,
don't overcorrect guitars. I think there needs to be some
yeah,
unevenness
you,
in
you,
all aspects of it because I don't like real clean. Like I love modern production, but then I don't like overcorrected everything. I think it sterilizes
yeah, you could tell
the
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
so it gives it personality. You know, it's
exactly. And I mean, that's not to say that like, oh, we suck. That's what we're hiding. We're just hiding behind those, those inconsistencies. No, I think they need to be there. Like I like
no,
those
the
kind of
imperfections
recordings.
give it a soul. They make it real.
Yes,
Right,
it's real humans played this. It
right.
can live
Yeah,
and breathe. It's almost like if you guys were recorded the album live in a studio, you get that energy from feeding off of live. You
Yeah,
get that.
that's what we did with Fog of War. That was the first time that we've ever like tracked together.
that was live
And
recording.
yeah, that was a live recording in that
Yeah,
studio, and Mercenary, and that was cool as hell, man. Like like being able to go in and do that was a lot of fun. Now, obviously, Billy wasn't able to make that session, so he flew his, he sent his guitar tracks in, but like the guitar, the bass, and the drums were all done same day, and then Marshall's parts were done same day, and it
Nice.
does, man. You get the rhythm, you get the core of the band tracking in the same room together. It does change
Yeah,
the
yeah,
feel of the song. So I like that. I hear that a lot from like, well, Jeff Potts would say, like the way that I track guitars, I'm pretty good with a click, but I don't try to overcorrect things. So there's an uneasiness that I'm not, if you drop it into a grid, it's not gonna be, cut and paste. So it's pretty close,
yeah.
but that's what gives it a human feel, I think.
I think that's also like a testament to like how Ed was able to just like latch onto my drum tracks and just like
Yeah.
even though we're not in the same room, we're not in the same area, it's just but he's so good at doing that that it just like felt so great, like it was great. It sounds insane.
Mhm.
the lineup is stellar. I mean, and because and everyone gets to show off, musically. It's like I hear Ed playing, I hear the bass
Yeah,
parts, I hear the guitars, I hear the phenomenal drums coming in. Marshall's performances are great.
Killer
The rhythm's
solos.
solid, the solos are phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone gets to shine here,
yeah,
but it sounds cohesive. It sounds like you guys have been playing together for 10, 20 fucking years.
Right.
Because it sounds that good and consistent and comfortable, with one another musically. So, I mean, I'm just telling you more of what we've all been saying, but we just love the album. It's phenomenal.
Yes.
I've been rehearsing a few of the new tracks for the road, and I got the little electronic kit back here, and from even just those, like I can't wait to play those for people because it
Right.
has such a live vibe. And this is actually it's the first time like rehearsing for this is the first time I played these songs again full through since the studio. And when I do that, I love that because then I find things and different things that I could change a little bit, but not too much craziness. Just like
Right.
that always happens. Like
It
I
does.
listen.
No, today Billy and I
Yeah.
Billy was like, I got this idea for whispers.
You're
Yeah.
like,
Sorry.
I
I'm
was like, I got a harmony. You
Yeah,
just
let's
gotta
do
go.
it. Let's do it. Fuck it. We did
That's
that with Fog of War too.
Yep, yeah, I think you did it with I think the last tour at how we ended Guillotine, I think has like a thing that you guys
Yeah,
do.
changed it up. Yeah.
So there's stuff like that. That's why live is the best. That's why you can't
Right.
download that experience. You have to go there and you have to change something,
Yeah.
make
Right.
something different, make different outros, make different intros.
Right, because the
Right.
more you play it, the more you realize you could refine it just that little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
You know,
Right.
I mean, there's a different process in the creative cycle. You know, the creativity,
Yeah.
you don't censor yourself, you go with it. Yeah, this works. But sometimes over time you hear something, and after a while, it's like, oh, yeah, we could do something a
Yeah.
little different. But then as a fan, I like hearing those differences. I like
Exactly.
hearing taking chances with it. You know, I mean, I want the song to still sound like the song,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't mind hearing a band do things that are different. And you guys are a great live band. That's why August
Yep.
28th at the Grog Shop in Cleveland, I will be there. We will be
Nice.
cheering you on.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, this show will air after you guys are on touring, but we will make sure you to put and share your touring information when Vic
Thank you.
posts it. We'll put it on our channels and
Mhm.
all those things. But go out and see Vindicator. You know, yes. So where else will the tours be? Because I can cut this out and we could put it in earlier. Where will you're doing 4 or 5 shows right on this tour?
4 shows. Yeah, 4 shows on this run. So it's Cleveland, Dayton, Mount Pleasant, and Indianapolis. So Cleveland, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, and Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right. Yes, it's going to be
Yeah.
good. Now we're going to do, I know Chop's getting ready to have to leave out here pretty soon, but we're going to do just a few games before we let everyone go. Because we do thank you for coming on. This first kind of hypothetical, and it'd be nice if you guys want to come back on for a full interview. We'd love to have you. So okay, if you could be any superhero for 24 hours, who would you be, and what would you do with your day of power? Go ahead, Glenn.
The Hulk, so I could be like the Slipknot new drummer, and I could play songs like yeah.
All right.
So I could look like Eloy Casagrande, and I could destroy these Vindicator songs with new ease.
Hulk smash.
Isn't enough.
Nice. All right, Marshall.
Oh man, that's a hard question. Just because he's always been my favorite Ghost Rider is my dude. I mean, you get to ride a sick flaming motorcycle and like whip shit with a chain. That sounds like a good time.
It's a good way to ride on the stage.
You're gonna just be you're just be touring with Savage Master at that point.
Billy?
I'd probably be that frog guy from the X-Men. That guy's badass.
Toad?
Yeah, Toad.
Toad.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Because you can like grab a beer from across the room just with your tongue. Is that, bring it back?
Isn't that like all he can do? Isn't that so awesome? He's just like, I'm a fucking frog. Sorry.
I think he can jump and stick on the walls and he has a big tongue. Yeah.
So I'm laughing because it's like
Definitely please the ladies. That's for sure.
He'd have to get just like a normal job and no one would care. That would be the coolest thing. They'd be like, yeah, that's not that great. He's just a frog.
Big frog.
I'm laughing because
Don't
it's
do
like
that.
Hulk, Ghost Rider, frog guy.
Frog guy.
He's
Frog guy.
I can see Ed's deep in thought. Okay, Ed, what superhero do you want to be for 24 hours and what would you do with your day of powers?
Naked Wonder Woman. I would stare into the mirror 24 hours.
24 hours.
Would you like wrap the magic lasso around you and make yourself tell yourself the truth?
Yeah.
No.
You fly naked in your invisible plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Be like
right.
Buffalo Bill looking at himself in the mirror going, would you fuck me?
yeah.
I fucked me so long.
Oh,
Oh wow, nice. That is
Yeah.
fantastic. And wild card.
I would be the anti-hero. I'd be Thanos. I'd be snapping my fingers, doing
yeah.
all kinds of shit. Lots of finger snapping. Probably have like One time I'd do it and have some pizza.
Yeah.
Be like, pizza. Probably wouldn't kill half the universe, but I'd be like, best pizza.
Mhm.
Bam, there it is. Best beer. Bam, there it is. Snap. I'd be doing a lot of snapping for 24 hours.
Europe Fest. Snap.
Yep. I'd snap. Well, because I wouldn't be able to handle omnipotence, I'd snap myself out of existence. It would be happen. I'd be like, shit, can't undo that.
Nice. All right. Well, hey, okay. You are on a desert island. What 5 bands' discographies do you want with you? Okay, Glenn, go.
All right. Metallica. I'm a nerd, so I do love Dream Theater. Big nerd. All right. Let's see what else was. Honestly, Beatles. I'm a huge Beatle freak. Um, let's see. Probably Megadeth. And then what am I at? 4 right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
one more.
Damn, I never even thought of this. And I'm trying to look at like what I have and what I even like. I don't know. Make the 5th a radio so I could choose whatever I want.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right,
Breaking the
Marshall.
rules.
Oh man, Iron Maiden, probably gun to my head. I got to pick favorite band of all time. It's Maiden, so like you kind of can't go wrong with a lot of that. I would say Bolt Thrower, the greatest death metal band of all time. No bad albums, bangers front to back. Candlemass, the best doom metal band of all time. I think there's quite a few duds in their discography, if I'm being honest, but like the 5 good albums are just so fucking top notch. Sabbath, can't deny Sabbath, right? Like just in all the eras, all the singers all have their great moments, like obviously we just lost Ozzy, and like his era is that's just such like seminal influential music. Like heavy metal probably wouldn't exist without it. And I mean, I love the Dio era, even the Tony Martin era. Like that's just such an extensive and varied discography that
Yeah.
you can entertain yourself with that for a long time. 5th one, man, I'm struggling again. I guess I'm gonna say Creator. Like they're my favorite thrash metal band of all time, and like they're another one where there's some duds in the 90s, but like their classic albums from the 80s and even their newer stuff, as far as like older thrash bands consistently putting out new albums, I think it's the best.
Great.
Nice. Chop, it's 4 o'clock. Do you need to get going, buddy?
Yeah, guys, I have to head out, but it was fantastic listen. Congratulations on a new record,
Thank
and
you.
look forward to
Thanks,
seeing
man.
you guys live soon. So,
Oh, yeah.
Take care.
care.
Thanks for having us.
All right. We're
All right.
gonna keep on going. See you later, Chop.
See you, bud.
Okay, Billy, what 5 bands' discographies do you want with you?
First and foremost, definitely Annihilator. Jeff Waters is pretty much my Jesus. So, and they have a lot of records, so I could probably just have the Annihilator discography, but then I would have Testament, Exodus, Zentrix, and probably Megadeth as well. Did I say Megadeth already?
No.
No? Okay, yeah, probably those 5. They all have extensive
Nice.
stuff and all great.
Excellent. All right, Ed.
Okay. Iron Maiden, Rush, Black Sabbath, Motorhead, Metallica.
All right. And wild card.
There's gonna be some overlap for me because it's probably gonna be, Megadeth, Annihilator, Motorhead. But I would have probably Super Christ in there, and trying to keep it fresh. Sometimes I feel squirrely, and maybe I want the Kicks discography in there. I like more of the albums than I don't. Actually, I think I like them all. I just think some of them are better than the other ones. But yeah, that first one's kind of weird. I could do without that. But after like the first couple, pretty consistent throughout the rest of their career.
All right. And our last question before we play. one of Vic's favorite games. We're gonna play the hot seat. If you could turn one horror movie into a concept album, which movie would you choose?
Freddy versus Jason, dude.
That's a fun one. I like that movie. Yeah.
Oh my God, you remember that movie? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that movie's a blast, dude. It's like,
There was-
yeah, it's so much fun.
It was so funny. There were so many like hilarious one-liners in that.
Well,
Oh
does
my
someone
God.
have
had a
to
really
pitch that
bad
in
new
the
metal
room?
soundtrack, so it would be great to redeem it with a great metal album.
Yeah, exactly. We're like Il Nino was on that soundtrack and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
The funniest part
Oh,
about that is
goodness.
someone had to pitch that in a room, like in a serious tone. Like, I got an idea, guys. We're gonna do Freddy.
Hear me out.
We're
Just hear
gonna
me out.
just shut up for a minute. I got an idea.
What makes a Reese cup great? Two great
Yeah.
tastes that taste great together. Peanut butter and chocolate. We got Freddy
Yeah.
and Jason. How can it lose?
Somebody had to
No.
write a check with a serious face on. Like, they're like, all right, fucking, here you go.
Freddy versus
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Freddy versus Jason as a record. Let's talk about this. So let's have that's we talked for like other 2 hours just about this. No, it's like maybe you could do. It's a double album. So Freddy on one album.
One
Jason
side we got knives and masks. Masks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm all in it. I'll be there with you.
Yeah, the last one. So each so it's like 10 songs on this, 10 songs on this, and the last one on the Jason one is when they meet together. It's like a 20-minute epic instrumental.
Yeah, like Stonehenge. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Marshall. What horror movie?
I'm gonna say Event Horizon.
Oh, damn,
yeah.
man.
You could do
That
some
is-
moody atmospheric stuff with that.
Yeah, one of my
Damn.
favorite movies of all time. That is just, a really unique and terrifying concept, and just a
That's
movie
brutal.
that just in equal measures is like atmosphere and gore and
Yeah.
suspense
Yeah.
and violence and like
Hellraiser in space.
Yep. It's a perfect horror sci-fi movie, and I think it would just make a really awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Don't air that one. We need to keep that one. Cut that part out.
Copyright Vindicator coming up, right? Oh no, I love that. That's really awesome.
Whispers 2 in space.
Yes. Billy, yours?
Probably Army of Darkness.
Oh, nice.
Because if you did that, you could also have real tongue-in-cheek, silly stuff on there.
Right.
Yeah.
But it could also be kind of scary.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
I mean,
cool.
that would be
That's
a
good
great
one.
movie to chronicle in a track format.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
I like it. All right, Ed.
Oh, geez, I don't know. Jaws?
Oh,
Jaws. Excellent. That's a great. I mean, it's still one of the
I
best.
mean,
50
it's
years.
probably already something
50 years later, it's still one of
No
the
one's
best.
done it, Ed. It's not
movies.
been done.
super metal already.
You got to bring in that theme somehow. The main theme.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like an heavy metal song.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's
that's
already
awesome.
starting
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
Ready. Yeah.
And Vic, what movie are we bringing in? Are we talking Troll 2 here? Is this what I want to hear?
Nope. I'm gonna throw a curveball. Now I'd say Cabin in the Woods.
Wild card.
Oh,
All right.
Wild
See,
card.
nice.
Yep. See, because you got all the different ways that those people could die.
Yeah.
There's a lot of song material
Yeah.
there.
I like
Yeah,
the
well, and
mermaid thing.
Yeah, the tongue in
the
cheek.
mermaids, man.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Like the overall concept of human sacrifice to an elder god that
Yeah,
if
so
angered
amazing.
will destroy the world is already great, but then
It's already a concept.
the ways that all the different ways that they could die by choosing the thing in
Yeah.
the basement.
Yeah.
I would love to see prequels from that film just
then
to
they
see
bet.
different.
All the
Yeah,
betting that goes
the betting pool. Yeah,
on. The pool. I mean, that's yeah.
I love that film. I would do that.
Yeah,
and then
that's
Troll 2. Troll 2 would be like
Yeah.
a pet project. It'd be a
well, we're
dream come
we
true.
were still gonna have the dentist, the guy who plays the main character in Troll. He still wants to come on. I just got to reach back out to him.
Oh, yeah.
He was gonna come on, but it was during COVID, and he was getting slammed because he's a dentist. So
Yeah.
maybe now he'll come back on because I just love to talk to him about Troll 2. Because you can't piss on
They
hospitality.
can't piss on hospitality.
No.
Can't.
All right. Well, we have a new game. We're gonna play some of the hot seat. It
Okay.
depends on if you guys have time, and then we have a brand new thing. This is the
Ooh.
very first time on Heavy Metal Horror. So
All right.
this game is called the Hot Seat. I'm gonna name a band, and you tell me your favorite album by that band. All right. And this sometimes drives people crazy because they can't pick a band or they don't know the band and they're embarrassed. So that's why we call it the
Right.
Hot Seat. So the first album or first band Black Sabbath. Go. Glenn.
Volume
Uh,
4.
Volume 4, Marshall.
Masters.
All right. Ed.
Heaven and Hell.
Billy.
This is weird. Headless Cross, is that the one with Tony Martin?
Tony Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that
Okay.
one.
I would do it. I think it's Tyr. Is it Tyr? Is that how you say that? TYR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another Tony Martin era.
Huh. All right. Interesting. Okay. Judas Priest.
Same
Uh,
class.
All right. Yeah. You don't have to wait. You just go ahead and say it. Blurt it out.
Sin After Sin.
All right.
Oh, interesting.
Defenders of the Faith.
Nice.
Really?
All right. Glenn.
I'd say the same as Ed.
Okay.
And
Vic?
it's like for me, it's always between Hellbent or Killing Machine and Stained Class. It's always one of those two. So right now I've been
Nice.
on a Stained Class kick, so that I would agree with that.
All right. Halloween.
Yeah.
Dark Ride for me.
Okay.
That's the name
Keeper
of
of
that
the
one,
Seven
isn't it?
Keys Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
I
What's the
actually
one?
don't know the
Time
name.
of the Oath.
I'd say Walls of Jericho.
Oh.
Okay.
Glenn says he's out.
I don't know them really. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's
I don't
fine.
remember the
Not gonna
title.
lie.
But it's the one with Power on it. I think it's Time of the Oath.
Yeah, Time of the
Yeah.
Oath is an album.
Yeah, it's when they got
yeah.
that new singer. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good one.
All right. Glenn, I know you will like this one. Okay. The Beatles. What's your favorite
Oh.
Beatles album?
Either Abbey Road or Let It Be. I go between.
Okay.
But I'm
Marshall.
gonna say Abbey Road.
Abbey Road.
I'm not a Beatles fan, so I can't really. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
fine.
kind of can't stand the Beatles, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm just not.
No,
now
it's
you
okay.
now Glenn's gonna only
I'm gonna
sing the
say Pet
Beatles this
Sounds.
whole the
It's
rest of
okay.
the whole
Yeah, say
time.
Pet Sounds. It's Pet
Pet
Sounds.
Sounds. That's my favorite.
That sounds okay. Right. There we go. Ed.
Magical Mystery Tour.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Billy.
I don't really listen to them. Don't really know much about them.
All
I think
right.
they're all right though.
That's the one. For me, it's either Let It Be. I like I liked how they tracked Let It Be. I think that translated
Yeah.
well on that record, but I kind of like the White Album best.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Revolver.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that
a
was
great one.
Just love that album. Yeah. It's so dark,
great.
you know, and that last track, Tomorrow Never Knows, it is just so perfect for that era. Okay. Rush.
Oh, dude.
Farewell to Kings.
Yeah.
Farewell's
Farewell to
mine. That's my favorite album too.
Fly by Night. I freaking love
Yeah.
Fly by Night.
5 minutes. Ed, did you say Farewell to Kings?
Yeah.
Nice. Billy.
Subdivisions, the album, or is that just a track on it?
That's a track on Signals.
Yeah, Signals. When
Okay.
they start using keyboard, that was sick.
All right.
Unpopular opinion, but Vapor Trails.
Oh,
Fucking
dude.
love
Vapor
Trails?
that
It's a great album.
man.
It's a
Love
great
that
album.
record.
They're
Yeah.
all great.
Nice. Okay. Opeth.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Opeth.
Ghost Reveries.
All right.
I'd
I saw
say-
them on that tour. It was phenomenal.
Good one. That or Watershed.
Yeah, great album.
I like Deliverance, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Did
love
you
that.
say? Did you
Was that
say?
Water
Did you
Park.
say?
Blackwater
Sorry,
Park.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Marshall?
I've never been a huge Opeth fan. I like some of their earlier stuff. What was that? My Arms, Your Hearse.
Yes.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
were more like black metal,
Yeah. Yeah.
they were different in the
Orchid
beginning.
era.
Orchid. Yeah. Nice.
Orchid's great.
I
yeah.
like all their eras. I mean, I really do. I like because they are always so melodic. It's one thing I love about Opeth, and they take you on journeys. You know,
Yeah.
musically, thematically. I really love that, and I even love like the newer stuff. You know the what's it?
Yeah, I like it. It sounds like avant-garde, something you'd hear on like an elevator in the Vatican.
Yeah.
Super chill.
Yeah, yeah. Eternal Rains
so
Must
cool.
Fall. You know, I love that album. That's on there. You know, I just love all their albums, and everything is. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get into it. Like this new one is like so. The new drummer is so good.
Oh yeah.
Like showcasing him, like, oh fuck, okay. I guess my audition tape. That's why you didn't pick me.
He's
But
crazy.
no, he's so good. But yeah, they're great. Okay, let's go with Dream Theater.
Hell yeah. Okay. I love the record Train of Thought because it was all heavy.
Yeah.
And they realized when they see like heavy reactions from people, they were like, let's just write a whole record like that. And it ended up being like super cool production. It's so dirty and like the drums sound like gunshots, like it's so sick. So I like that one a lot.
All right, Marshall.
Not a Dream Theater fan.
I didn't think you were. I could see it on your face. Like, nope, I don't think Marshall likes any of that stuff.
But it's
Yeah,
so funny.
I mean, I couldn't even really tell you like a Dream Theater album that I like because I've never listened to them that much to form an opinion.
Sure.
So I'll say Symphony X: The Odyssey is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael Romeo.
The Wake Up
Michael Romeo
Magellan.
Scott.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. Nice. All right, Ed. Dream Theater.
Hey Vic, what was that quote that I said about Dream Theater? Like Dream Theater, I like them. I own a great many of their albums, and I listen to none of them.
Yeah. That's what it was.
But actually, Glenn will probably hate me for this, but I really dig the fucking Distance Over Time.
Oh yeah.
And I know it's not Portnoy, but that's
No, it's great.
what
It's
brought
so
me
good.
back to Dream Theater.
Mhm.
Because
It's a great album.
It's just really good metal songs.
Yeah, production is sick. The bass sound is crazy.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
the bass is great.
Mangini too.
The first album with Mangini sounds, the production is bad. You can't hear those drums nearly enough. It's,
Yeah, that was-
Portnoy's drumscape was so much louder, but then the next album was much better. It was like, okay, they raised him up because he's a good drummer. He's very different.
Yeah.
He's a very
Yeah.
technically good drummer, whereas Portnoy's more by feel. Just like the difference between Dave Lombardo and any other drummer that has come in. This is Slayer. There's just they are different animals musically, and that's what you're gonna get with the those drummers. But yeah,
Mangini was in Annihilator before Dream Theater, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think I'm going to get canceled for my Wonder Woman comment?
we can
I don't
hope.
think so.
No,
We
it's
can
good.
hope.
No, I think the Overton window is expanded. We can talk about cool shit again.
Do we have to edit it? Do I have to do like another version of it?
No, you're good, man. That's gonna be the first thing that's people hear. That little clip to sound like the trailer. Naked Wonder Woman. I'm gonna stare at myself all day. That's awesome.
I don't want to piss anybody off out there.
Oh, that's okay. It's all good. All right, we're going to do a few more. We'll do Iron Maiden.
Oh, shite.
Peace of mind. It's always peace of mind for me.
Power Slave.
Yeah, I have to say it's always like Power Slave and Killers.
Yeah, I'd say Killers.
Different singers,
Yeah, I like the first one, Iron Maiden.
Power Slave is the one that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But Power Slave was the first like actual Iron Maiden record I ever owned, like the first metal record I ever owned, and that's why I started playing bass. I got into everything really late, so when I heard that, I'm like, I think I like the bass.
Hard to pick one with Maiden too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, we're going to do just a few more. So let's do Megadeth.
Ooh,
Oh shit.
Rust in Peace. I mean, I can't even think about it.
Yeah, same.
I come
Really
back
use
to
my
this.
business.
Countdown is a close second.
Yeah, for me it's
Euthanasia's a close third, and then
For me-
Cryptics is a close fourth, and then
yeah.
their whole
You
album
can really go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I consistently come back to Countdown for me. I liked where they were going and I don't know. It's always stuck with me. It's always been real influential on me. I like the blues element that they brought to that record while still having like razor sharp riffs and such. But
Nice.
what's the Stormtroopers' favorite
Ed?
Megadeth record?
Yeah. What's your favorite?
Who is that guy now?
Killing is my business.
Yeah,
All right.
That's-
Nice.
that's my favorite too, Ed.
so good.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Just a couple more. We're going to do King Diamond. Favorite King Diamond album.
Oh shit.
Them.
Conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Fatal Portrait. I mean, that was like my first concert too. Shit. Yeah.
Abigail.
Abigail. All right.
Them.
Good.
Okay. And the last one, Motorhead.
Ah, fuck.
Iron Fist.
Unpopular opinion. I'm gonna go with Inferno. I know a lot of people don't like modern Motorhead, man, but that's the album that really. I knew who Motorhead was. Heard Ace of Spades a million times, but fucking Inferno is such a good
Great album.
record.
Great
man.
album. Yeah.
Overkill.
Overkill. Yeah.
All
Vic,
right.
what year was that one? That
Which
you're
one?
talking-
Inferno? It was like, what was it? Like 97?
That's the one with Dogs of War on it, right?
I don't think so. It's got like Terminal Show, Smiling Like a Killer, and then Kiss of Death. I think followed that one. Those two are real close, interchangeable for me. I
Heavy,
love Kiss
though.
of Death too, man. They're just fucking awesome. I don't. It might not have been. It might have been sometime in the early 2000s. I just remember, that kind of got me into Motorhead. I went into a store. They were playing it on the stereo. They're like, "Oh, this is Motorhead." I'm like, "Fuck, man, this doesn't sound like what I remember." And it just now I'm a huge fan. Like that kind of started it for me.
All right. This is a brand new thing we want to do. This is called Celebrity Impressions.
Oh, this is just Glenn then. This just
Yeah.
just put it on Glenn. None of
So,
us can do this.
We only have a few here because I think a few are definable, but we want to see you do your best impression of Paul Stanley or Ozzy Osbourne or Bruce Dickinson, or you can do them all. So let's hear your best Paul Stanley.
Paul Stanley.
I heard y'all like gin and I just had some gin and orange juice. That's just I come back to that every time where he's like, I heard y'all like orange juice.
No, he said, how many of you out there like vodka and orange juice?
Orange juice.
That's it. Because they're talking about cold gin.
Yep, that's what it was.
Up
That's
against
like
the
I love
line.
that orange juice. It's my favorite, my favorite thing.
I know. Everybody's hot.
You've seen Ozzy on Night Flight, right?
No.
The iconic thing where his head is shaved and he's like,
Oh
"Everybody,
yeah.
gentlemen, Ozzy Osbourne." He just goes, "Hello, Ozzy," and then he goes, "What?" He's like, "Good evening, Ozzy. Hello there. I'm fine." And then they're like, "You bit the head off dogs, bats, this and that. How do you respond?" And he's like, "In actuality, I bit my own head off. If you want, you don't even want to be funny about it. I bit my own head off." And then he's like, "Bats, they taste of salt." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "The bat tasted of salt. It tastes like that." I love it.
It's like that.
Yeah, Ozzy's
Wow.
great. I mean, the one great interview is when she's like, "Are you sober now?" He's like, "Well, now, yeah, but I've got my mistress," and he just keeps trailing off.
Pouring the orange juice and he's missing the cup. He's like, we used to do a
Yeah,
lot of drugs.
the orange juice.
Oh, I don't really do drugs anymore. And he's like missing it. And they like very knowledge. They know what's going on. And so they're
It's so
filling.
good. Yeah.
It's
He's
incredible.
probably like
What an
the
incredible
opposite.
person, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Ha
person.
ha! Oh, fuck yeah!
And can anyone else do Ozzy Osbourne or Paul Stanley?
No.
Come on, Paul Stanley's so good. Marshall, you got to bring more Paul Stanley into your live performance, I think.
Yeah, like I only know really like cliche Paul Stanley stuff. Like, and then like just, hey, I heard you all like to rock. Say stuff
That's
like
right.
That. Like,
We got some good-looking girls out there, and you
Yeah,
girls want to
there's some
hear yourself.
good-looking
So
girls out there.
whisper
This
a
one's-
dare. Yeah.
It's almost Dr. Roxo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like that was
Yeah,
straight
it's kind
limousine.
of
you
more,
just did
more,
there.
more Dr. Exo than Paul
That's right.
Stanley, but they're
That's right.
pretty similar in my.
That's right. You
Yeah,
just talk
it's
about
the
the
same
good-looking
guy.
girls out there. I
Yeah.
know some of you girls want to get yourselves kissed. You know.
I like the ratio of ladies to not ladies out there tonight.
That's right. And there's not often we get to see more than one. She is not working the counter. Yeah, I could just see, yeah.
Anyone doing Bruce Dickinson just has to say "scream for me." That's all you gotta do. Just
yeah, I like his
screams
rants.
on me.
There's,
Oh,
man,
dude, his
I
rants
had
are
an early
wild,
version.
man.
I had a version of the Rock in Rio from like 2000, 2001 on the world or the a Brave New World tour. Phenomenal live. That tour was phenomenal. But this is the one where he's got like a whole bunch of rants where he's like ripping into Britney Spears, and like, if you thought Britney Spears was fucking cool, take a fucking look at us, you motherfuckers, you lame fucks. Because this is fucking metal. It's gonna tear your fucking heart out. I'm like, or tear your fucking head off. I'm like, that is awesome, and he's like just ripping and going on. We burn gasoline for a fucking living, It's just all this stuff. And then I got another version later on down the road where all that stuff was taken out. All the rants. I'm like, come on. So I was just glad that I had that.
Right.
I'm like, no, I've got the real thing because I think that's the best thing in the world to say, because he always has a rant.
The rants, you got to get that. There's a bootleg where what the fuck's the Black Flag guy? What the hell's his name?
Henry Rollins.
Yeah, he when they toured with Venom, he did a soundboard recording where he just recorded Kronos talking between all the songs, and the whole bootleg is just that. and he's
Him
always going
talking
like,
shit.
he's just like saying crazy stuff about like, yeah, I'm drinking Newcastle. It knocks me on my ass. Not like your American beer. And you're going, Newcastle's like lighter than most American domestics, but
Yeah.
all right. It's like hilarious, man. Just the rants that he's going off on it's beautiful. Like he'll be like, ooh, and then the song doesn't start, and it just goes into another rant. The whole bootleg was just him talking.
Rants after rant. I love that.
It's awesome.
I think you guys, Marshall, you got to start doing more rants in between songs, man.
Like
It's just spinning a yarn.
the first time that I saw Maiden, it was like 2003, and this was when like downloading music was still. Yeah, Vic was there.
I was there.
This was when like I think downloading MP3s was still like relatively new. This is post Napster, but it's like he like went on this rant about downloading music, but he was pro. He was like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if you download our whole discography and send it to all your friends. Like, just do it. Just get the music out there. We don't give a fuck if the record labels make money off of it. Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, Maidens, they've always kept their ticket prices really affordable. I don't think I've ever paid more than like $50 for a Maiden seat, and that was like Blossom, like down in the near the back.
Mark,
I was
you were at that show too.
Oh yeah,
You were.
yeah.
We were all three of us were there.
Maiden,
Ed, you were probably
Motorhead,
there
right?
too. You went to the Maiden
Maiden,
Motorhead show,
Motorhead,
didn't you?
Dio.
Yeah, Dio, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was at Blossom in
Right.
2003.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. On the Somewhere Back in Time tour or something like that, or whatever it was, or
Yeah, they played that one. They played like El Dorado or that song.
oh,
about a
it was
car or
on.
something.
Oh, it was that Brave. Oh yeah, Final
Yeah.
Frontier,
It was,
Final Frontier tour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's Final
so
Frontiers.
it's Final Frontier hadn't come out yet. It was just about to, and they played
Yeah,
one
yeah,
song
that was
off of
that
it,
era.
and
Yeah, and I last
maybe it
time-
wasn't El Dorado, but they had a
Yeah,
song about a
they
car or
did.
something. I don't know.
No, El Dorado was. That's right. It was.
Is
it
that
was
the
about-
car song?
No.
I don't know.
No,
No,
it's
this
the
was
same-
like-
that era.
This was like before Dance of Death came out, and they played that. Yeah, there was like a
Oh,
song
was
about
it?
racing or something.
You sure it was before Dance of Death came out? Because I thought
Yeah,
for
this
sure,
was like 2003.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought they
Well,
were
I saw
playing
them
something
again on the
off of
Somewhere
Final
Back in
Frontier.
Time, where they did some of like how they did Live After Death.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
bringing some Seventh Son. That was a really good show as well. That was good. So nice.
It's always fun unless
Ah.
Bruce gets mad and he doesn't sing the words, and you're like, "Come on, Bruce,
Yeah,
don't be mad."
yeah, yeah. Paul
We wanna hear
Stanley
the
and
words.
Bruce are great to do. We always imagine like, what if Paul Stanley sang for Black Sabbath? Trying to input that energy and introducing these Black Sabbath songs. It'd just be awesome. But well, guys, I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
No, thank you.
It was great. The album was phenomenal. I
Thank
hope
you.
we get people to listen to it and give it a shot. Go to Bandcamp. Yeah, tell us where you're going to be. Tell us about your Bandcamp and where we can find you on the social media.
So I forgive me because I hate the social media stuff, but I think that we're Vindicator Metal on Facebook. So it's just, facebook.com, I think /Vindicator Metal will work in terms of, in all honesty, if you just go to vindicatormetal.com, that's going to take you straight to our Bandcamp. We do have a link tree that's got all of our stuff on it. That's probably Vindicator Metal as well. We try to keep that uniform. So I believe it's Vindicator Metal on both, Instagram and Facebook, the Bandcamp
YouTube as
link.
well, I think.
Yeah, and then the only thing that we have, vindicator.bandcamp.com for that, if you want to go there. But Vindicator Metal will take you there as well, and then catch us live in one of the 4 shows we're playing this year in Cleveland or Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, or Dayton or Indianapolis, Indiana. And all those event links and whatnot are on our socials. And most people that watch this use Facebook, so it's easy to find us there.
Yeah, and YouTube is out there. Yeah, we'll get it out there.
Just know if you go to a newspaper, social media site, that's not us. And don't tag us if you're trying to tag the Youngstown Vindicator, because we'll just laugh at you. Especially if you're going to talk about like horse semen, that's going to make us laugh real hard. So, do it, I guess. Doesn't hurt us at all, but we're going to laugh at you
Remember
for
that.
not paying attention who you're tagging. So just keep that. We've had politicians tag us. We got tagged in some kind of weird horse semen thing.
Wow.
And a lot of things involving.
I'm glad
the
it wasn't a
Youngstown
normal
Vindicator.
horse semen thing, but a weird horse
Oh,
semen.
dude, it was hilarious. They're
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't the normal.
the Vindicator's producing a lot less semen these days or some shit. And we were like, the fuck
Some,
we
like,
are.
prize horse named.
I got
Find
the
out.
snip a long time ago, so yeah, I got no swimmers. Sorry.
Come find out. You'll get yourself a nice bukkake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Wow.
Woo.
And that's the soundbite that says the Vindicator whispers of death. Bukkake of Death. That might have been
Yeah.
another alternate title.
yes.
Whispers of Bukkake. Wow. Well, before you, but on that note, I'd like to, if see one more thing, if you guys could all just do a bumper, just
Yeah.
introduce who you are, tell us where you're, all anything about yourself and your Vindicator-ish, all those good things, and then this is, Vic, you know the drill. Some
Do you
of you
want
guys have
the
done
do you
this.
want the all of us to do
It'll be like
the
a
bumper,
Brady.
so it's just-
We'll do it together. We'll do the Brady Bunch thing if you want to say all your names and then
Yeah.
a Vindicator, or just we can do them individual. I don't care, but it'd be nice to do a Brady Bunch collage
Yeah, let's do that.
bumper. That'd be awesome. So let's take that first.
So hey, what's up? I'm Vic Stone, rhythm guitar and backing vocals for Vindicator.
Hey, what's up? I'm Glenn. I am drummer of Vindicator.
Hi, I'm Marshall Law. I'm vocals in Vindicator.
Hey, I'm Billy, lead guitar and backing vocals in Vindicator.
Ed Stevens, bass, Vindicator.
And you are watching and or listening to heavy metal horror on
Thank you.
Unsane Radio. Did I
That's
do that right?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yes. Well, guys, we're going to take off and we're going to do our great outro. And this time we will invite you to bring up the horns with us as we go. You can find Heavy Metal Horror on unsaneradio.com, listen to full episodes, or download to your device. You can find us on Facebook, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. On Instagram, look for Montag Lewis, one word. Our YouTube page, Heavy Metal Horror Podcast. If you're watching, that's where you're at. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you know someone who would like our show, tell them about us. This has been Montag, Master of Illusion, and you've been watching and listening to, all right, guys, bring up the horns. Heavy Metal Horror.
This is Doug Helving, and you have been listening to Heavy Metal Horror, the best podcast that you've never heard before.